Time now for a call of the day, sponsored by Tasty Trades, shares of Starbucks. We're watching those following a rare underperform call. Jefferies lowering its rating on the coffee giant, saying a turnaround under new CEO Brian Niccol is going to take more time. Joining us now is the analyst behind that call. It's Jefferies Managing Director Andy Barish. Andy, thanks so much for being here. Man, everybody has been super pumped about Starbucks and that new CEO appointment. And you're stepping here to say, okay, hold on a second. He is a talented individual, but he is not a miracle worker, at least not instantly here. So Andy, talk to us about the biggest challenges you think Niccol has to face here.
Yeah, thanks, Julie. Yeah, there is no magic bullet here. I think, we do respect Brian quite a lot. And obviously the analog from Chipotle when he joined in 2018 has been thought about and thrown around, but this is a much larger, complicated, global, business that we think kind of needs a reset from a culture, people, and operations perspective, and that's a lot, and that's going to involve having to really, I think, build out the team, and we've already seen some changes, like Mike Conley announcing he's going to be leaving Starbucks before year end, and I wouldn't be surprised to see others. So first, the team has to come in with Brian, and then start to stabilize the people and operational side of things, and then I think you can start to paint the path to what the rest of this turnaround might look like as we move forward.
I'm interested, Andy, just as someone who knows the company so well, what kind of customer experience do they want to build at Starbucks? As a Starbucks fan myself, is it the kind of place ultimately where, Josh should be expected to go get a coffee, relax for a while, listen to a podcast, or no, it's an assembly line, get Josh in and out?
Yeah, Josh, I think that's a real interesting strategic debate that's probably been going on at the board level. And I think Brian has come in, and at least in his initial communique, kind of the day after he joined or 2 weeks or so ago, really did kind of emphasize that he still wants it to be that community gathering or third place. They just need to make the partner experience better, which will then improve the guest experience. And I agree with that, but I think there also is a healthy balance where they do have demand in the morning day part still. That's obviously the biggest, most important part of their business. Yet there are some challenges with speed and throughput and all the different channels with technology that I think need to be figured out to sort of unlock some sales in that very important part of the day.
And Andy, you say bottom line, the company's earnings per share growth at the size it's at with some of these challenges you're discussing is just not going to be consistently what it was historically. What are your expectations and how do they differ, do you think, from what your peers on the street are expecting?
Yeah, the long-term growth algo, which was kind of set at a pretty high level a couple of years ago, involves 7% global unit growth, and that's primarily about 1,000 units a year in China and 500 in the US, along with some other international markets. And then mid-single-digit same-store sales, progressive margin expansion, getting to 15% plus earnings growth. And we just think starting out that 7% global unit growth in both those key markets that I noted just runs counter to the ability to get an operational turnaround established and underway. It just puts a lot more pressure on the organization. So we think it would behoove Brian and the company to slow down the unit growth, not shoot for mid-single digit same-store sales, but maybe low single digits would be an achievable and maybe beatable target at some point. And that kind of gets you to low double-digit earnings growth, which, for a company of this size is certainly still very admirable, but also in line with a lot of the other global QSRs, not a big premium growth rate that we've seen Starbucks grow at historically.
Andy, great to have you on the show. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.